when you get to inter-district, it's it's a little bit harder, a little bit stronger.
It's a big step up.
But they did very well together. And Nick Rosling to second. I've got a sneaky suspicion it almost might have been a request from Nick. Give him a chance to play second and lay the foundation. And Armand Ascaray and Kevin Douglas. I wouldn't mind giving up my place for two guys like that.
No, listen, obviously Nick brings a lot of experience to that team, settles nerves, makes, gets them to calm, that sort of thing.
This rink is finishing. It's you can see it's actually, with every match that's been played, it's just finishing a little bit more. It's going to be close. Good start.
Yeah, down the line straight away, Alan.
Yeah. Giving himself a chance here.
Very close.
Well played,
nice
Armand.
played well.
Yeah.
Alan, that must be at least a size 13 shoe, if not a 12. It's massive. They look like skis.
Yeah, I believe they were making comments about it at the inter-district. And looking at the color, they must have been sponsored. Nobody would buy those shoes.
Just a little bit quick on the pace.
Yeah.
Very close.
Unlucky. He was looking for both there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Just got the one.
Just nip these along a little bit, Armand, but it's good enough for second.
Yeah. Wayne's got to go back on the draw, yeah. It's not going to make the trip.
Good start for little Armand. It'll settle the nerves, Alan.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think Wayne's going to have a game. Yeah, it's not going to be a gimme.
Having a chat to Wayne, I just don't know how match sharp he is. He hasn't played much competitions. He's put in a bit of time. He was putting it down yesterday in the practice. He was putting it down beautiful. A lot of nice control, nice, and the rhythm was good. Hell of a player.
And that move to New Zealand, is that a given?
It's on the cards. It's from what I hear, nothing's been concluded. The air ticket hasn't been bought, the visa hasn't been issued, so who knows.
With your national selector cap on, you must be disappointing to lose somebody of
Absolutely, yeah. Big loss.
Yeah. Well done.
Over the fact that he's a very good player, Alan, I think you're reading it the same way. He's a very versatile player for all conditions. He's proven that he can play on on quick surfaces where he's going to New Zealand running at 18. He was very good at the indoor arena at Potters and a few others that he's played on. He's used to slow greens coming from the tell.
Armand making up his mind what he should do. He's changing his hand. Not far away, yeah. Very good. Well bowled, Armand.
Our marker for this game is Mr. Colin Henderson. I must say the standard of the marking is top-notch, Alan.
Yeah, we've seen 3 excellent markers here. Very good ball, Wayne. Yeah. Now the standard of this immediately is very impressive. Both found their line, they found the weight. It bodes well.
Love to see this going into a tiebreaker, Alan. Wouldn't you?
I don't know. It all depends on what Wayne thinks.
It's far off. Shane's it very favourable.
Yeah. It's the 1 to Wayne.
I think anything behind the jack is good here for Wayne Roberts.
Ah, brilliant.
Sorry, it was the last ball.
Yeah, it's okay. I wasn't going to correct you.
Apologies.
No problem, mate. I'm sure the viewers will forgive you. Two very good opening ends, Johan. Very good standard.
They both settled down quite nicely to the line.
Just a few random scores here. Warren Stein and Roger Boulay are 2 each. Not too sure how many ends. Wally Brown and Kevin Douglas, 1 each. Van Poel has got off to a flyer. He's 7-2 up against Jaco Danishan. Morne Skeppers is 4-5 down against Mr. Bowles. Armand Ascaray is up 5-3 against Brian Truter. Jenny Jones is 6-2 up against Cully. And I'm glad I've got to this score because Jerry Baker's up 3-0 against Edmund Als. So anybody that's here that can confirm that I've mentioned Jerry, please give him a heads up. Well bowled.
Missing his line a little bit, yeah. Short on the weight. Armand. Oh, this looks pretty good, Alan. Oh, well played.
Great ball.
Great ball.
Yep. I don't think Armand can afford to slip. You know, if he does, I think Wayne's going to make him pay.
Yeah.
Better bowl here.
It's close.
Just running through,
Finished well though.
Yeah. Not serious at the
Alan,
moment.
you know, Wayne's a very tall guy, puts it down so smoothly.
Brilliant.
Very smooth.
Doesn't want to touch that. Little unfortunate, eh?
Yeah, he's done well, but he's opened it up a
He's
little bit.
opened it up too.
He's got a
Yeah.
good opportunity.
Give Armand a
Armand.
chance here. Is he going to hold?
Needs a little flick. Good weight. Very good weight
Very
for the
good
shot.
weight for the job, yeah. Two. Looks like 2 to Wayne.
This is this sort of game is what our youngsters need, Alan. This is such great exposure for young Armand. Great experience to play chap like Wayne Roberts on the TV rink. Can only bring him on.
Absolutely. Sorry, if you heard Joanna and I whispering there, it's just on the rink next door. I think is that Jerry Baker's?
No, that's Louis Buerta. That's Fred Buerta's son, the
okay.
tennis player.
Okay.
He's been playing for about 2 years.
That was a perfect line from Armand. He's just ended up a metre short. I'm sure Wayne will fix up his line. Was perfect. He may have gone a little bit wider, yeah. Added a bit too much. Huh? See if Armand can make that adjustment to his pace.
He's got better weight here, Alan.
That's going to ease the pain a little bit for him. Yeah. Oh, well played.
Well played, Wayne Roberts.
Well played.
What's the
far
weight,
away.
yeah?
His weight's over the weight, but he'll get a result. Yeah, look, he needed that ball square and he would have got a good result.
Well, you cut it down.
Yeah.
Just the one. Just some information to our viewers for the streaming. Session 4 at 3:15. We've got a singles game. Section 14 will be Ismay Kruger versus Neil Burkett. Should be another humdinger.
Neil said I mustn't mention anything about age. He just had a birthday the other day, so I'm not going to say anything, Neil, other than happy birthday. Wally Brown is 6-1 up against Kevin Douglas. That's a little bit of an upset. What a correction.
Marvelous.
What a correction. I hope for the quality of the game that Armand can hang in there with this pressure that he's under. He's going to have to pull out all the stops. Better bowl here.
Shot drawn.
Another good bowl. He's corrected his line on this one. What result is he going to get? Nothing. One out. Well, they were predicting 4 o'clock rain here. Certainly doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's starting to build up, and that's where the rain comes from.
Yeah.
The north, is it,
Yeah.
Alan?
Northeast. Yeah.
Yeah, northeast.
In Joburg, he would have been heading for cover. Looks very thundery.
So Armand picked up a much needed 2 shots there. Brings him back into the set, trailing at 5-4. Looks like a good start.
Looks very good.
Very good on the weight. Well done, Armand.
It's a great start.
He's good again.
Good again, yep. Another great ball. Very good.
That's brilliant.
Possibly thinking about a bit of weight.
Yeah, he might.
Weighted shot.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Certainly good weight. Needs to come around that short ball of his. Looks like another good one. Not a bad ball in that position.
Never
considering
wasted, Al.
Considering the position, he's holding 2 good ones. There it comes.
One out. Next door to this rink, Lydia Maritz has just collected 3 shots. So she trails 6-5 with 1 in to go in the first set. It's to Louis Buerta from Willand. Is he up, Armand? Yeah, he is. Well played, Armand. Those are 4 very good bowls. Armand's just
No, they have been, yeah. Yep. Take your time, Wayne. Come and have a look.
Well, there's really 2 options, Al. He's either going to try and dead draw it on the 4, or he's got to have a run. He's having a good look as to whether both bowls can go if he gets it right.
Sure. I don't think bowl onto Jack will be good for him.
I think he's been a bit scratchy with his weight. I think he might just be tempted to have a go.
If he catches the front ball right, he could get both, but as I say, the only concern for me is what happens if he gets the shot ball into the jack. That's not good.
He's certainly taken his time. He's having a go. Oh, he's pulled it. Right, so we got a new leader in the section from 4-2 down to
6-5.
6-5.
Good fight back from Armand. That was my one concern, was under the pressure from Wayne, if he'd buckle, and he certainly hasn't. He's taken the pressure and he's taken advantage. Be it slender.
On the very far side, on rink number 4, you've got Warren Stein playing out of Ferndale Bowling Club against Roger Boulay. Two very good leads, so that should be a nice start game.
You said Roger's from Natal.
Yes. He plays a lot of bowls with Wayne Roberts and Dougie Bashford.
Okay.
He's led for them for many years. Very steady.
You know, with headquarters at Constantia, I was able to bump into some of the veterans who had actually competed against us a few years ago. Steve van Niekerk, Dave Riley,
Oh yes.
Dougie Bashford, they were all there.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, they broke into Dougie's car while they were down there.
Right, yeah.
All 4 sets of bowls, and they were returned on a Saturday morning. You got a phone call from the police department. Everything was taken out of the bag except the bowls, so they got their bowls back at
Oh, that's
least.
good.
They played the majority of the tournament with
Borrowed bowls.
borrowed
Yeah.
bowls. It's a good recovery from Wayne.
Yeah, I think when those sort of things happen and they rob, they steal the bag, they have no idea what's in the bag, and thank goodness they got the bowls back.
He's on a good line here, Alan.
His weight's good, he's right on top. Is that
Really
enough?
fit. It's coming up a foot.
Yeah.
Oh, once played a cracker. That's a great ball. It's not a nice shot here for Armand. He's sit on the back bowl. They got the weight. Unfortunately, he's come up short. Turned his back on that one, pushed it out a bit. Anyway, valuable 2 here for Wayne Roberts. Takes the lead again. Speed of the green has climbed up to 14.45.
Yeah, that was just one ball, so if they play a full end now, it might be an opportunity just to get a speed, although Wayne's bringing the mat up. I think it's a question that's asked quite repeatedly about speed of greens and the lines and how they're playing. I know you've introduced that into your interviews also, you know, to find out from the players. think it's important, especially for the viewers. They can work out, you know, they got an idea of playing it in the home greens at 12.5, 13 seconds.
For people that don't really play bowls and don't understand how the speed is determined, it can be quite tricky sometimes to explain that to them. And I had that experience in China recently, trying to explain to a Chinese manufacturer of artificial outdoor carpeting that 14 seconds is quicker than 12 seconds. And he looked at me as if I'm mad, but eventually I got through to you.
No, it does. Yeah, new bowlers also come along and find it difficult to work that one out. Because normally in Cape Town, when it's like running 13.5 seconds, people say, oh, it's flying, you know, it's far from it, you know.
Oh, it's a magnificent correction from Armand. I just get the feeling that this end could be a big deciding factor as to how the set goes.
What a great shot from Wayne. Moved it back about a metre, and definitely lying two. Only if one can hold, he's just going to dip. It's a good second. Ideal result for Wayne. You have just move the shot bowl slightly, or especially the jack. It's just not going to come back, but I think his weight was good for the shot. Falls in, I think that's
second shot.
That's two.
Yeah. Big ball here for Armand. How's he looking, Alan?
He's not a million miles away yet. He is not a million miles away. Yeah, he needs the ball. Well,
what a magnificent
there
shot.
You go.
Well appreciated
What a
by the
beautiful,
crowd.
Brilliant pressure shot from Armand.
Right, they locked in together at 7-all.
Yeah.
After 8, final end of the first set. Fancy Armand will go long.
No, I think you called it, mate. It's
sort of in between, probably 32 meters. The mat's up a yard or so.
ran a little bit more than he was hopeful, but
you know, Alan, just looking at guys like Armand, there's so much talent in South Africa with our youngsters, and as you quite rightly pointed out earlier, we just need more exposure at the international level. Not only will that add to them as players, but it'll whet the appetite.
And I think a huge advantage is they brought in the age levels, the younger age groups, and you know, it's an opportunity. I know you were up there for the under-30s, and we saw some fantastic bowls through that week.
You've got the upcoming nationals, the under-18s, 25s. I think it's in Bloemfontein. A lot of excitement building up for that one.
When does that start, Johan?
I think it's next week, if I'm not mistaken. And The advantage with technology and Facebook to hear the interviews from these little young boys, which we didn't have.
No.
It adds to the excitement, makes some of them feel like Hollywood stars. That's what you want.
Yep.
He's played it exceptionally well.
Yeah, I mean, from that early age to be able to get that competitiveness is so important. And as you say, I mean, I listened to some of those interviews. They're wise beyond their years, some of these youngsters.
So quite rightly, Wayne has asked permission to go up. Have you ever heard a marker decline it?
No.
Not?
Never.
It's just courtesy, is it?
Absolutely. You know, and on that subject of courtesy, I mean, you know, you've played in events similar to this. You've played in this event, in fact. And when you get to this level, you just get that fantastic camaraderie, don't you? I mean, it's just between the players, and I think the mere fact that they've made it to this level, there's an appreciation of the ability and the quality, you know.
Sticking to his forehand here, Alan. There's still a little bit of room. And he sneaked back door. Very close.
Measure.
Marker is indicating it's a measure.
Well, if Armand, I would think, would pick the forehand just to try and turn his ball over, right? Yeah. Just needs to turn that ball once for the shot.
Certainly got the weight, Alan. Oh, he's close. Oh, he's played an absolute curler. That was a great draw.
Great draw.
That shot he played now, almost, you know, that defines a good player from an average player, where he backs himself to beat his last ball and slip the ball with 4 or 5 inches, and he's just done that.
Yeah.
Lovely to see.
I think Wayne might have to switch to his backhand here, because he can use his.
He's got a working ball.
Exactly. Not going to bend. I don't think he'd be too disappointed with the weight on that. He had to play with that sort of weight, but went a little bit too wide.
Almost looked like that ball got a little bit of a kick with that weight, Alan. So it's definitely 1 to Armand. They're measuring for 2. Right, we wait for bated breath. I think it's 2, Alan.
think it's all been turned back to 0, unfortunately, but it's either 8 or 9-7.
Oi.
Yeah.
It's one of the first symptoms I'm clueless.
Yeah. There's Johan having to field a question here from the rink next door. It's a little bit concerning when the guy says, come and take my place. I mean, what an opportunity to play in a competition like that.
And he's won the first set.
Won the first set and he's giving it away.
He's down 2-1 after 2.
Yeah.
And his mindset is, I haven't got a clue.
Good starter from Armand. His tail's up.
Champion bowler is up against it. I mean, it's just not been sharp. He hasn't been the Wayne Roberts we know. And he's been out of competition for a while. So if he can get through this, I think he'll pick up as the tournament progresses. And there's no doubt Armand's tail is up.
Absolutely.
Snipping his line again.
Yeah.
Bit surprising that he changed hands. He's playing that line so
Played it
well.
so well. Yeah, he played it with pretty good weight also. So why he felt he had to switch hands? And the ball's in his hand, so
Wayne's gone slightly wider.
looks good, yeah. Looks very good, yeah.
The touch on the jack will be great for him. Oh, well played.
Mark has been over-accommodating now.
Not necessary.
Okay.
To send an invite out, in my opinion.
That's okay. Having a run?
Well, he's got the best back L, so it's worked out well.
Absolutely. Very well. Could be two.
Could be one, it could be three. It's two.
Two, yeah.
Yeah, good result.
What a great shot. He needed to do something special. Game was going very much in Armand's favour, and he needed something to turn it around, and he's done exactly that.
Absolutely.
Great shot.
Oh, he's asked for a measure.
No.
No.
Wayne also opting to go to the 2 meter. Sorry I haven't been taking your comments. I've been trying to accommodate Jerry Baker. Let's see. Shirley Valentine. Is that for real? I saw a movie once.
Your lucky day.
Go my little Emma. Okay. Wayne plays with quantums. It's from Nick Horn.
I said earlier, I made him, I said it was grooves. I apologise.
Leon, I don't know what time you posted this. Where is the live streaming? On YouTube, mate. You can find Cape Town Bowls Talking Heads, and you should be able to link on to the streaming.
Far better end Wayne's put together with his first 3 opening bowls. One's very close here. What, Alan? Oh, it's a great second.
Gian's Corolla. As I've said before, sorry for those of repeating myself, but the results you can find if you go to the apps and you look for the Fair Tree app, you'll see all the scores, all the results. You just scroll down and you'll see the PBA event, and you link onto that one, and you should be able to find all the results, blow by blow, as they're happening.
You know, Alan, that last bowl that Armand played just showed the maturity that he's showing. I think in previous times he would have probably played with weight. And he drew a very good second shot. He's just cut his line a little bit. One down is not the worst.
Yeah, Mark Hensberg, any comments about Annika's half twist on her backswing? Popular amongst the youth nowadays. What do you say, Johan?
Well, has he seen Wayne Perry's delivery?
You took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, look, Mark, you know, I say this to anybody that's willing to listen. You know, if you get into, obviously the ideal delivery would be a Jerry Baker, where you take a short step, little backswing, so simple. That's the thing. Keep it simple. But I've seen some weird and wonderful deliveries in my time, and they make it work. So as long as you're doing it consistently well, and the same.
Alan, that little twist is okay, as long as when you come through that you're online.
Yeah.
With your point of aim, etc.
Yeah.
Interesting thing with Wayne Perry. Have you heard why he actually has that little?
No, I know. I mean, I've seen him do it for years, but
the story tells us when Wayne started playing bowls, watching his mum and dad at a very young age. On his backswing, the bowl used to fall out of his hand because of the weight. He was too strong, too weak, sorry, to hold the bowl, and he created this little complete twist to keep it up, and it stayed with him his whole career.
Delicious. Yeah, I'm sure in the days when he first started playing bowls, there weren't zeros and ones and twos and threes and
lots of fives and sixes.
Fives and sixes and sevens, and Another great bowl here. That's brilliant.
It just seems that Wayne over the last end or two has just
Getting back
moved
into
up
a
a
rhythm.
gear.
Yeah. That's what the top bowlers do. They realise they're in a bit of trouble, and somehow or other they're able to switch it back on again. Concentrate and focus a little bit more.
I think it all started with that very good running shot he played, Alan.
100%.
Is that on the first end of the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a 2. Oh, it looks very good again.
It's under Armand's bowl. It's under it. That would have been very good if he got under it. Playing with a bit of controlled weight. It's not far away.
Oh, 1 out.
Unlucky. Could just as easily have got the jack there.
Very good effort.
Yeah.
Next door, old Louis Buerta was down 6-1 in the second set after winning the first set, and I don't know if you noticed, he went for a toilet break a la Djokovic.
That's the last thing. Please, it's the last thing you should have said. Ah, God, you got a supporter in Pam now. That's for sure. Can't stand Djokovic.
He's never lost a game after the toilet break. I wonder why.
Please stop.
Is it that painful, Alan?
It's bad. It's bad.
I rate him as the second best athlete of all time after Tiger Woods. That's just my opinion.
Wow.
Shall I stop right now?
No. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. I've never thought of it from that point of view. I just know from a tennis point of view.
The fitness and longevity he has shown in his career is just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah. You know, you get personalities in bowls, tennis, and my phone's ringing. Sorry, Tony, I can't take your call. Yeah, so I mean, not everybody's going to be a Rafa Nadal, where he never smashed a racket, or so it takes all different personalities and nature, and every now and again the guy will lose his temper, and
Look, there's no doubt. Sorry, we're going on to tennis, but I mean, Federer was so pleasing on the eye. It was just pure grace.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to bowls.
Yep.
Wayne is certainly hitting his straps. Well, he's played another good bowl.
I don't know if it'll come back from there, Armand.
He's gone too wide, I think.
Yeah. Let's try. Came back further than I thought.
Sure.
Yeah.
What a bad effort.
One in a measure. When he plays with weight and he gets a result, I'd say it's a good ball, but I don't quite understand why he had to do that. But, let's see if Wayne makes him pay for that. Oh, he's also playing with a bit of weight. Looking to play across the end, across the head. What's going to happen? Nothing. I think he was looking for Armand's bowl there.
He's on the charge again, yeah, Alan. Needs a bit of help.
Yeah,
not going to get it.
I don't know if that's a percentage shot. Anyway, if he gets it, as I say, he's a hero.
In my opinion, Alan, it all started with that short bowl.
Yep.
You know, it just took the draw, the
line,
natural
the line,
draw
draw
line out of the equation,
yeah.
And made him play with sorts of different weight. Could be costly. I think it's 3.
Yeah, I definitely think if it's 2 or 3 shots here, it's going to be very difficult. I think we're looking at a shared set, 1-1. We had Cape Town Bowls, Talking Heads, and Luke Ellis doing streaming of the veterans at our club. So Luke was there the whole week. Cape Town Bowls, Talking Heads came up on the Friday to do the final, and decided to help Luke in the commentary for 1 game. And then I thought, no, not a good idea. With 8 players on the rink playing in a 4s game, to try and get that across to the players, which you can understand. I mean, they're used to standing and watching the line. They stand behind the jack. Very difficult for them to get out the way.
Absolutely.
So you can have a good clear sight.
Sounds like you had a nightmare.
Well, no, I just it's so much easier doing singles and pairs. But having said that, Luke did a brilliant job throughout the week. And I think you might see Luke doing it on a more regular basis now.
And rated highly by yourself as a good up-and-coming young player?
Yeah, Luke, without saying, Luke is one for the future, as are the Vaughan brothers, Stephen and Dan. I think as a club we're very fortunate to have a 30-year-old and 2 20-year-olds join our club. It gave me a new lease of life last year. I asked him to play certain competitions and loved it, absolutely loved taking these youngsters. And then I got to a point where I thought this year maybe we need somebody younger to take over, so I approached Peter Harvey and he agreed to do it. And what a pleasure for those youngsters to now have somebody like Peter Harvey at the helm.
Wealth of experience. So Wayne Roberts has taken a commanding lead here of 6 shots to 0 after 5. I think we could be heading into a tiebreaker, Alan.
Certainly looks like it at this stage.
Sorry, that's after 4 ends, not
well,
5.
Well, Armand has certainly got to score multiples in the next couple of ends. Otherwise, as you say, tiebreaker on the cards. Our first.
See what the toilet break does. He's still 1 down on the set though. That set's gone. Those shorts Cully van der Merwe is playing with, are those short longs?
Well, you certainly can't see his knees, but then he is short. Yeah, they go down well below the knees.
Or are they long shorts?
You know, I'm not fashion conscious, but I think they may be about
Neither is he.
3 or 4.
Funny enough. Hy's 'n visserman.
I'm not a dedicated follower of
Hy's 'n
fashion.
visserman. Oh, that's a
Oh,
great ball.
shot. Played into trouble and got the result.
He must be saying to himself he's got to score on this end.
Yeah,
As you say, a multiple.
he's got to score. He's got
at
to
the-
score
at
2
the
multiples.
least. Yeah.
And at the moment, definitely 1.
Yeah. Second shot is the first ball that Wayne played, the front
Okay.
ball.
Let's see. It's a little bit over the draw here. If you can gets the jack, is good. That's 3.
Yeah. That's well played. Youngster showing a bit of
Yeah.
grit.
1 ball to come for
That's what we
Wayne.
want to see.
Playing with controlled
He's
weight.
nipped his line though. He
Doesn't
doesn't
like it.
No.
No, doesn't like it.
So all of a
Multiple,
sudden,
yeah,
all of a sudden,
definitely 3,
we
possibly 4.
we could have a boundary.
Yeah. So we've gone off tennis and now we're into cricket.
I think Louis needs to take another toilet break. Sorry, Louis. Well, he's changed to the forehand, Alan,
Why?
and he looks pretty good.
That's why.
That's why, Alan. What
Yeah,
do we know?
that's why.
What do we know?
That's 4 great
That's
balls.
magnificently played.
Yeah. Talking about toilet breaks. I played in the Nationals. I'm going back many years. In
Sort of
Joburg.
what? 1968, 67.
No, it would have been early 90s, I would think, late 80s, early 90s.
Just checking out.
Yeah, no, but I'm not that 10 years difference, mate. Went up to Joburg, and it was, I think, the very first year that the national pairs you were allowed to play with your own. Remember the old days? You could pick a partner. So if you were knocked out, maybe it's before your time.
Long before my time. Didn't know that even existed, Alan.
Yeah. Speak to
All right,
Burke.
so
Speak to Burke.
You can pick a partner.
Okay, you can pick a partner. You get knocked out the singles. You can find anybody. It didn't matter. It's very similar to what they're doing at the moment, where you can play with anybody from any club.
Yes.
So in those days, you got knocked out the singles. You pick a partner. You could be standing in the pub, sitting in the pub, and you say, "Well, let's play together." So the very first year, Constantia's side goes up, and there was a chap that played for us called Peter Whiston. He's emigrated back to the UK. I haven't seen Peter for donkey's years. Peter Whiston was playing in a very tight game, and his opponent said, "Do you mind if I go to the lose?" And Peter said, "Well, what can I say? Off you go." Anyway, the guy disappeared, and obviously it was getting darker. It was in Joburg.
Yeah.
And Peter Whiston thought, "No, man. No. This guy's taking far too long."
As he left.
So he climbed this, I think it was Beaconsfield or something like that, and he went up the stairs and got to the toilet, opened up the toilet door, and there the guy was standing in at the front of the mirror combing his hair.
No.
He was combing his hair. So you talk about toilet breaks.
Yes.
Good example. Armand needs to.
So he came out
goodbye.
back looking better.
I don't know
What's the moral of the story?
Well, the moral of the story is he took a toilet break and took advantage of it. It had nothing to do with the fact that he had to go to the toilet. He was just playing for time.
looking at it, it's a measure.
Yeah, Peter Worcester didn't take too kindly to that. He was not happy.
Sure. You can be glad his skip wasn't Bull Mosley.
He was skipping.
Yeah.
The consistent Jeff Perro, he would be able to verify my story. No, Jeff was playing with me, sorry. Kevin Douglas's father, he was the other player, Eddie Douglas. It was Eddie and Peter and myself and Jeff Perro.
Also a good one, Eddie, like his son.
Eddie could play. He came out of that era of 1980s where Mowbray used to win everything. Alan Johnson, Dennis Granger.
I remember Dennis used to lead for France.
Uh-huh.
Good to see. Right, so Armand will be looking at a slight little trail here. Or even just a front toucher will be good enough.
It's not going to make it.
Oh. Just lacking a bit of pace there, Alan. It's a little naughty, I know. It's a little touch on the jack would have been great. Wayne Roberts straighting back to the mat, also known as Plumber.
And that's because he is a plumber.
He's a plumber.
Okay. Well, then it's not as funny. If they call him plumber for another reason, it might be funny.
Let's not go there. Is he going to stay up, Alan?
He's looking at Flick. He wants it to hold.
Yeah, that's a great shot. May have turned it into two.
So Armand had just got himself with a 4 back into the game, and Wayne might have said, hold on a second, where you going, youngster?
Markers indicated it's 2 shots to Wayne Roberts. He takes an 8-4 lead after 6 ends.
Well, Paul, if you tell Cully, then your un's in trouble. So rather don't spread it. I think Cully's going to find out about your comment on pens. Just remember, Pierre, I said nothing.
Sure, Pierre sees the funny side of it.
Hope so.
Cully will accept it. He'll take it.
Yeah, Keith, Oral has got a question for us here. When a mark is measuring and he or she accidentally moves, knocks the jack, what happens from that?
You should know the answer to that, Alan.
Well, I know the answer. I was hoping you'd be able to.
You tell me.
Well, I think the marker's in trouble.
Yes.
Because he certainly...
Both players agree
Yeah.
to replace the jack where they believe it was.
Yeah.
That's fine. But otherwise, if there's a discrepancy, they'll have to replay the head.
Yeah. Yeah, look, you're always going to get in that situation. Somebody's going to be happy and somebody's going to be disappointed. But the fact of the matter is that I think the marker should have propped the bowls so that they won't fall over.
Well, never mind, move the jack. I've heard of markers that have actually picked up the jack while the bowl was approaching.
Oh.
You know that story?
God.
Between Nando Gatti and France Duplessis at the SA Masters many years ago. Oh, he's good here again, Wayne.
Yeah.
All 5 bowls on the centre line, Alan.
Absolutely.
Nice to see.
The weight's good, he's so close here. He's going to run past. Just a little bit too much weight. I can recall playing in a game many years ago where we called the marker and the white ball had been moved into the ditch. They had to take that measure out that rolls down with a string.
Okay.
Long measure, 2 meters, decided which was the shot. Doesn't really matter, doesn't affect the story who picked up the shot. Got onto the mat, picked up the mat, walked to look for the jack and I couldn't find it. The marker had actually put the jack in his box. Makes the trippies good. Couple of feet and he would have been in the count. Another big bowl for Armand. It's not going to hold.
It's the only bowl that's left for centre line. What a wonderful observation, Alan.
Yeah.
Right. Certainly weather-wise, you can feel it starting to build up, Alan.
I think we're going to, I hope, everything crossed. I just hope that we're able to see out today's play without rain, although looking out over the hill there, looks like it's headed our way. It's a must call for a month, yeah. Otherwise we go to our first tiebreaker.
So in the next session, Alan, Esme Kruger will come into this game with a lot of confidence. I don't know how she's gone up till now, but since recently winning the SA Open Masters Ladies event in Wingate Park and getting back into the gold squad,
Yeah.
she'll come into the game with a lot of confidence.
Yeah. But you know, she's playing against the master bowler in Neil Burke.
Fierce competitor.
Fierce.
This is
At the tender age of...
still a bit of room for both players on this end, Alan. Just run a bit wide again.
Armand line 2. This could be be a very big ball for Wayne. You could let Armand back into the
Well,
set.
a triple count here will be worth gold.
Is he going to hold? Don't think so.
Yes.
He's played another. We could get lucky.
Is that,
One and a measure to Armand.
do you say 2 or 1, or do you say 1 or 2? Oh, he's gone wide again. Oh, golden opportunity missed.
Yeah, from here it's very difficult to see if that ball that he pushed around. Well, Armand stepped back, so he must be hoping for more than one. May have to call an umpire, yeah?
I think so.
No.
Two shots to Armand. So they're into the final end of set number 2. Armand needs a full house to win the game. Otherwise they'll be going into a tiebreaker, which is most probably
Well, that's the start he wanted, that's for sure.
a brilliant start.
That's going to make it difficult. I think even when you're in a position like this, you're 10-6 down and it doesn't look like you can actually do anything in this set. It's important to keep that concentration and focus going, you know, because you're going to go into a tiebreaker and it's a case of don't switch off and then have to switch on again.
You've got to build on your mental strength for what's to come. You're almost multitasking. You're thinking of what length you should play and all sorts of things.
Yeah. Well, at the moment he's going to be so disappointed with his back ball.
And sometimes it's equally important not to think of anything. Hello, Sean Annell and Jerry Baker, when they played that last end, nothing to play for, preparing themselves for a tiebreaker, picked up a 6 and 1 gold medal in Delhi.
Got it.
And the shot, I think.
Yeah.
Right, 11-6 favour of Wayne. Let's buckle up for the tiebreaker. She missed, yeah.
Well, you asked for a tiebreaker and you got it, Johan.
Right, so they'll be spinning a coin. See who goes off first. Armand has won the toss and he's elected to go.
No, he's giving it away.
How's he gone? Is he giving it away?
He's allowed to give it away and he has.
What's your preference, Alan?
Play.
You play. Play the length.
Play,
you like.
yeah.
Get your first bowl.
Yeah.
Cut fuss.
Yeah. No. I don't.
Am I allowed to use that word? Cut fuss?
Very few Afrikaans speaking. Yeah, I've never quite understood that, having the last bowl in your hand, you know. How does it help when you're under tremendous pressure? Try and put the pressure there first. Take advantage of being able to play your length and put your bowl as close as possible.
I think it really boils down to if there's a distinctive choice or selection of the length that you play. If it doesn't really matter, maybe go for the latter, play with the last bowl. But if you feel a lot more confident on a certain length, then I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I think in this case, he's given it away, and Wayne's now allowed himself to play the length that he likes to play.
Correct.
Which is mat up 3/4, where I think Armand would probably have gone longer.
Let's see what this first ball does.
Not a bad opener.
Maybe Armand thinks he did the right thing, but it's a good opener from Wayne. And he's too wide. Maybe too short.
Yeah,
too
maybe
wide.
not by too much. I think if you had another meter or so, you would have been right on top of it. Right, Wayne will be looking at adding that 6 or 8 inches. Needs to sit. Oh, not a bad ball. Oh, if he's got that extra weight. Oh, good effort. Yes, Alan, so this is where the BMT gets tested, eh? To the full.
Yeah.
Quite fancy Armand to sort his weight out here, fix it and
Get a
play
result
an
of this
effective
one.
bowl. Oh. Yeah, a little unlucky.
Very
Yeah.
unlucky. Gets
Bit
a
of the
little
edge.
bit more
It's all-
that bowl.
That's
Yeah.
all he needed.
Yep. those people walking with the chairs aren't locals, because that means they're getting out the rain, or they're expecting rain.
He's got a bit of a challenge here. You know, both hands are the exact line to the jack is sort of blocked, so he's got to try and play that backhand and sort of hold it up, get a piece of his bowl. I think it's all about the weight. Gone around his bowl.
Yeah, doesn't like
too much weight. Right. Can Armand take advantage? Needs to get back.
I think it's one of those sort of, whoever picks up shot jazz, it's basically gifted, because there wasn't a great first hit with a tiebreaker.
No.
Okay, here it comes.
You think he's going to fire?
I think he's going to stick the white ball in the ditch. Not exactly where he would have wanted the jack, but let's see what he does. Hey, I got that prediction right. You didn't even.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Wasn't a full drive.
No, but that's how you've got to play it. You can't have a full drive.
Right.
Wayne's going to make him pay for it. Yeah.
Bowled.
Now with that target, does he try it again? Yep. He's following it. He's looking it down. He's got the ball. Second prize.
I thought so. They got the board wrong. It was 1-2 to Wayne. Right, Wayne will be looking at getting more onto that centre line, as close as possible to the jack.
Yeah, so when I called that shot from Armand, I thought he'd picked one that head before, and that's why he was going for it. In hindsight, I don't think that's what he should have done.
Correct. Well, this is a great draw after playing two running shots. That's a top ball, Alan.
Absolutely.
Got a bit of weight behind this.
Is he going to slip the front one?
Just a little bit under. Here's the first few drops.
Yeah. Weather report's wrong. They said 4 o'clock. It's only 3 o'clock. This makes it just a little bit more interesting. It's bound to slow the green down a little bit.
So Al, call a shot. Is he going to look for a piece of the ball on the forehand?
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very close. Very close.
Burnt. Spotted.
think Armand could be in. Red ball.
Yeah.
Armand just questioning the actual placement of the jack. Does it get placed exactly on the center of the dot of the mark, or does, or is it the front part or the back part, etc.?
I think the Aussies actually put it on the back of the spot. There. I would measure it and then make an issue out of it.
Be that as it may, and that's a very good, interesting point. Because I mean, if it's close measure,
Could be a factor.
could be a major factor.
Yeah. I believe I'm right in saying only because I watched the streaming from Australia,
Yeah.
that they placed the jack on the back of the white spot.
Actually taking a measurement from the ditch to the mark.
I don't even know if that's the right thing to do. Crash or a bang, we're trying to move our table back just a little bit.
1 to Wayne Roberts, and that's going to
That's the
the
game.
match.